to Creating Family Memories, Traditions, Rituals, and Routines. My name is Kelly Rawl, and I'm the coordinator for pre-kindergarten and family engagement. I'm so glad that you've decided to watch our video today about these special things that can really um, define your family as a whole. Uh, I really need for you to use the QR code or uh, type this bit.ly link into your web browser so that you can sign into our guest book and let us know that you're here. It's very important um, that we can prove that we are reaching the families of HEB ISD, and we want to have a record of your attendance. While you're signing in, I just want to let you know that my team and I have been fully trained by Practical Parent Education to share these materials with you, and we are by no means are we claiming to be perfect parents, because I can tell you right now that I wish I knew everything back then that I know now, and I can only hope that I would have done things differently had I had more information about parenting, child development, child rearing, all of those things that um, you are taking the time to learn now while you have your small children. So I really applaud you for doing that, and just know that we're not claiming to be perfect parents. We're sharing information that we wish we had known back when our children were little. Take a look at this quote. When we give what we can and we give it with joy, we don't just renew the American tradition of giving, we also renew ourselves. Think about what it means to you. It reminds me of a saying, everyone loves a cheerful giver. When I give gifts of time, money, or objects of special interest or need, it makes me happy. I truly feel I'm rewarded as much as the giver, as the person to whom I'm giving these items to. I never even thought about it as being an American tradition, but it does make me feel good inside knowing that I have brought cheer, happiness, or comfort to another person. These are our objectives for today. We want to understand how traditions, rituals, and routines are different, and to recognize the benefits of those things. We want to learn how to create and or modify traditions, rituals, and routines that support our family values. And we want to identify and evaluate existing family memory makers. If we were together in person, I would have us play a little game of bingo, but since we're not, I'd like for you to take a look at this list of items. Count how many are things that you and your family do, or perhaps you did when you were a child. And at the end, you'll have the beginnings of a list of your own traditions, routines, and rituals. For instance, when I look at this, I can say Sunday afternoon football is one of the things that our family does. Yes, we read bedtime stories every night. We did not plant a tree at birth, although I think that's a great idea. We do celebrate the first day of school. We do put flowers on graves. We never had lemonade stands, but that's probably because I grew up in the country and there wasn't anybody around to buy lemonade. We do have parent date night. My children did sleep with me a little bit, but that was only because of necessity, not because I intended it to be that way. We did not have family routines, but we do adopt pets when the time is right. We do attend weekly religious services. We have birthday dinners. We donate clothes and other items. We did not make homemade ice cream, but we did have watermelon on the 4th of July while we were watching fireworks. We would like to take summer vacations, but we don't always get to. We do give blood, but it is sporadic. We don't do it routinely. And we used to eat dinner at 6, but we don't much anymore because um, we eat dinner at 5 because my father-in-law lives with us, and if we don't eat dinner by 5 or 5:30, he gets a little hangry. So you can see that me and my family don't do all of these things. And I'm sorry, my family and I don't do all of these things, but there are some things that we do, and we could, in fact, categorize those as either families, traditions, or routines. So let's talk about parenting domains, support domains. A generation ago, uh, families lived near their extended families. They were close to their neighbors. Uh, they um, their children went to community schools, church, and their friends were their coworkers and the people they knew from their social clubs. And all of those people are the people who um, families would have gone to for help if their family was experiencing challenges or difficulties. They would never have gone to human health and services. They would not have gone to counselors, and they would not have gone to therapists. But today, we tend to go more to um, human service programs, counselors, and therapists, and we don't always rely on our extended family or our neighborhood or our school and church and coworkers, people like that. So, um, and I think that there are really good reasons for that. I think that a generation ago, um, families lived uh, in more of an immigrant status kind of background. That's when people first started moving to this country, then they lived near their family, and their family turned into the neighborhood. And so it just kind of grew like that. However, today, families are very spread out, and they uh, don't always live near their extended family. Um, and they might not know their neighbors. We live in a new neighborhood, and our neighbors don't really know each other very well. We don't socialize. We're not best friends. Those kinds of things. So I think the change in society, um, the fact that people will go where the job is, and that often means that they have to move away from their extended family or their neighborhood. Um, Divorce happens. All of these things sometimes prevent us from going to our extended family or our friends in the neighborhood. However, um, these days we do tend to uh, ask our friends for help. We might talk to our social worker. We might go to the school counselor, and we might also look for outside counselors and therapists and apply for human services programs like food stamps and Medicaid and things like that. So things have really changed as far as how we operate our families and who all is included in our support networks. So you might also remember that today we're going to be looking at how rituals, routines, and traditions differ, how they benefit family members economically, socially, emotionally, and physically. We will not only identify your own rituals and routines, but we'll learn how to evaluate them and then uh, and what purpose they fulfill in your family life, along with possible new ideas for rituals and traditions to implement in your family. So let's take a look at what each of these things are. Um, Routines are things where you have unique interactions within the family. They're most frequently, but they're consciously planned. Once they become a routine, then they're not deliberate, but they are most evident, and they offer the opportunity to express common identities and shared beliefs. Okay, so those are routines. These are things like your morning routine. What do you do when you wake up? Do you go get a cup of coffee and then brush your teeth, or do you brush your teeth first and then go get your coffee? Um, do you get up and get dressed, drive to work, and then at the end of the day, you drive home, you have dinner, you relax, and then you go to sleep? Those are routines. But traditions are universal to family life. They arise from culture, religion, ethnic origins, but type and number vary greatly from family to family. These are celebrations that contribute to family stability over time, and they have stages of development: preparation, then the event, and reintegration into normal daily life. Rituals, on the other hand, often connect to previous generations. They're less culture specific and unique to each family, um, moderately organized. The family determines how each event is recognized, and it makes a statement about the family identity. So, uh, these are all things that we call memory makers. Now, if you have a piece of paper handy, I'd like for you to make 3 circles or 3 columns.